I am the scream in the void nobody hears. The weight of isolation has overcome my strength. If delusion has control and this is all on me, then delusion is a snake, a cold blanket coiling around me, holding me down in the clutches of Fahrenheit falling, my numbing hands desperate and grasping empty air. The world around me was moving in ways I could not connect. Was a real and hopeful life so long ago? It is just not clear at all anymore. I disconnected the moment I felt nothing. It was sudden, and I was laughing, out of control laughing. I felt invisible walking away from there. I walked solemnly and steadily. You can never look back. I knew that, and there was no sense of joy, no relief, or any kind of expectation. I do know this. There was more before what life became. A haunting smile that stood gazing out into the world. A world with one half the colors gone. And nothing would shine, nothing would grow. There was more before what life became. I am a ghost in dirty clothes, unseen and left unknown. The street accusers pass around whispers about delusion. Now I am the rumor and the shame, because a crowd of strangers share one swayed opinion. And once again my story is chosen for me. They don't know this. Every trust one have ever known has been twice betrayed. In self-defense, my own distrust gave doubt to the places of faith and belief. Then fear etched into me with every pain imagined and endured. It was the many names of pain that bruised and bled me. And they don't know this, but I could never be the reason for cutting. Yes, they found me cut into ribbons and bleeding the bath. Do they know this? I gave them every reason to cause this or avoid it. They do not know this, but I couldn't learn how to live where no one noticed me. Then the screaming violence moved in, grew on the walls and stayed. It stayed like a curse or a demonic possession, installing itself into every conversation that could have been something better than another sincere expression of hatred. They don't know this. I had nowhere else to go. I could hear it all every time. I sought refuge in the basement and then further into the canning cellar, hoping I'd find a space to escape it all. No, they don't know this. When you hide beneath the surface, dark forces grow, and poison like flames within the veins begin the work of inflammation. No, they don't know. Despair, neglect, bad choices, and voices only you can hear will threaten you with silence and constantly accuse. You are the reason for the screaming walls. Your sadness cannot save you from the blame for a family that is soon to dissolve. Those voices continue to berate and I can't escape. They are going to turn on you soon, and you will be the target of those screams, because you're to blame. It's important now, but I know they do not know this. Darkness grows under different names. Darker grows darker and hides you further away, hiding your hope and veiling the way out that leads back up to the surface again. They don't know this too, but I take the blame. I may not be human, and it does not matter what you say I am. I know they don't know this, but I am inside just a wounded creature, and I need them to know it. Whatever kind of creature, I am just broken. They don't know this, but I take the blame. The reason for loss of love and hate. I caught all the poison killing us in the net of my guilt. I let it burn inside my blood. They don't know this, but I was strong, I was sincere and committed to. I did, and I wish someone knew how scared I was. And then, I could feel it working. I was cooling the flame. Even if I could not stand anymore, or be heard, or loved, I could put out the flame. I just had to drown in a sea of my own making. I hope you know this. You don't have to scream at each other anymore. I hope you know this. I took every pain with me, and I wish I could tell you, and I wish you could hear me. I wish I were dreaming, and I was just on my way to waking up and learning. Learning that I'm going to be okay and that I have been saved from a big mistake. Instead, I know I'm not where I was, and you're not here. I left there and never arrived anywhere one could call a destined place to be. No, it's like I'm sleeping and maybe dreaming, caught somewhere in the middle and not leaving. I'm tired. If I were a candle, I'm all the way down, going to sleep now. One thing I do know, there was more before what life became.